It's time for you to let go of feeling like you're not doing enough. You are doing enough. You are actually doing way more than most. This is a time for you to be proud of yourself, to feel good about yourself, feel good about where you are on your spiritual healing journey, because this is a journey. This is hella layered. You are not doing this, just to get to the next level. This is a long game. You are playing a long game. And this is why it's important for you to not be going on yourself, to give yourself grace, to give yourself room to be human, because you are human. You're in a physical body. You have human ass emotions that sometimes just smack you out of nowhere, and then other times it's great. And that's okay. But when you start feeling like, okay, well, I'm not doing enough, and you get down on yourself, that's when you start lowering your vibe. That's when you're in your head. In the moments when you're like, I don't think, I don't really have it. Like, I thought I had it. And you start getting in your head about where you're at, baby, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's what the old version of you used to do. The old version of you used to go on yourself when you would do something wrong, when you would make a mistake. You would go on yourself and you would talk so much crap to yourself. But you're not that person anymore. You've healed through that. And it's okay when other things come up in your healing journey and you feel like, oh, you know what? I thought I had already worked through that. This is part of the process, because healing is layered. Like I said, it's a journey. This is not a race. It's a marathon, but it's even farther than a marathon. Like, you're in this for the long haul. You know why? Because you're no longer asleep. You're no longer dazed and confused as to who you are. You're aware of who you are now. And so with that comes a responsibility of healing, if you so choose. But you will almost be like forced into it. Like, you're not really going to have a choice, because there are going to be situations that spirit, your guides, put you in that's going to force you to have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, what is this? Do I like this about my situation or not? And then you move through it accordingly. And so there may be times where situations happen, you've done a lot of healing work, and then all of a sudden a similar situation smacks you and you're like, oh, I thought I already worked through this. I thought I already healed it. I thought I already let it go. You did. You did. You did heal it. You did let it go. But now you're another level, another version of yourself. And so there's another version of that particular thing that you're now having to work through, that you may not have been capable of working through to that level before, because maybe you didn't have the awareness. Maybe you didn't have the tools. Maybe the situation wasn't grand enough in order for you to fully take a full deep dive to get to the core, the root of whatever that belief system, the conditioning, the programming, the trauma was. And that's okay, because you're giving yourself grace. You're not talking shit to yourself anymore. You're not feeling like you're regressing anymore, because you know that at this point it's not possible for you to regress. Everything you do is about forward movement. And that's why these things are coming up, so that you can look at it as an opportunity to move forward, not an opportunity to be upset with yourself, but an opportunity to rise to the occasion and say, you know what? It's okay. Clearly, there's a little bit more for me to work through, and I'm going to work through it just like I did before. And this time, I'm going to dig through it even more. And then I'm going to be able to move forward in a beautiful way. Like, this is how we're dealing with things now. This is how we're moving through this existence now. Not being in a place of shame, of feeling defeated, of feeling upset or anxious or in fear or in worry about if we have healed everything that we need to heal, or No, because this is a journey, different things for you to heal are going to come up at different times. And that's something that you just have to be okay with, because that's what it is. That's just what it is. That's what you signed up for. You signed up to heal, babe, not to stay stuck. And so in the moments where you might feel bad about something else coming up, and and here's another thing. Some of these traumas are so deep-seated because they're not just yours. They go back bloodlines, generations. They're deep in the DNA. So for you, for even a moment to be upset with yourself because you realize that there was more for you to heal in a certain area that you thought that you had completed. No. Do you know how much strength and willpower it takes to be on this journey? Do you know how much awareness it takes to be on this journey? And how much faith and trust and surrender and love of self it takes? And that is literally what you have been doing. Literally. You should be proud of yourself. And sources like, you got to change your perspective on it. You got to say, okay, this is layered. This is layered, babe. There are going to be moments where I uncover some shit that I had no idea was even there. Great. Because now you get to know yourself a bit deeper. You get the opportunity to heal yourself, to move to the next level, to move through the next portal that opens up every single time you heal something within yourself. You know why? Because you become a different version of yourself. You jump timelines every time you heal something. And you become closer and closer to fully merging with your higher self. And so that's why Spirit, your guides, they all have been tasked with helping you walk back home, helping you come back home to yourself. That is the mission. At the end of the day, that is a self mission. You came here to experience a lot of different things, and you're doing that. You're working on it. Be proud of yourself. Don't go on yourself. Even in the moments where you do, you're allowed to have a moment, because you do have human emotions, but you don't sit in it. You don't sit in it. Journal. Walk it out. Go for a walk. Get in nature. Ground yourself. Do some breathing exercises. Tell yourself a different story. Use affirmations. Like, there's so many tools that we have at our disposal that we are now aware of, because you are someone who is enlightened. You are not asleep anymore. And when you awakened, even subtly, you then took on the responsibility of moving through your healing journey. It's not possible for you to go back to sleep. Plus, I'm sure at the end of the day, if you really thought about it, you wouldn't want to anyways. It's way better over here. And you have a responsibility to yourself to do the work on yourself, because you deserve it. The people around you deserve it, deserve you, the best version of you. But most importantly, you deserve to show up as the best version of you. And the best version of you is layered. You're constantly moving through better and better and better and better versions of yourself every day. So release a judgment. There's no time for that. Release a judgment of self. Know that you're doing an amazing job. Know that there's no one else that could do you the way you do you. And as these things come up, It gives you an opportunity to learn more about yourself, to work through the things that you need to work through and become a better version of yourself. And honestly, what more could you ask for? What more could you ask for? So just remember that as you continue to move through your day. Remember that as shit continues to get crazy in our world. Remember who you are. And you got this, as you always have and you always will. Call on your spirit team to help you. In the moments where you're feeling frustrated, calling your angel team. Ask your angel team to help to remove the frustration that you're feeling in your body, in your mind. Ask them to remove it, and they will. Then breathe it out, and boom, you're just like, dang, I feel so much better now. Yeah, it is that simple. Utilize your tools, babe, because you have so many and you have so much support. So I love you all so very much. Thank you for showing up for yourself today, and I will catch you in the next message, 11:11 on my timer. Peace, y'all.